Alright, hi everybody, it's me, again, Bonkai922. Figuring my nose. Do One Piece as well. Yeah, that way I get them both out of the way, and, Friday maybe a tour collection. And, first impressions, and I'm serious views. Nose. But yeah, this chapter, 785, One Piece, even if your legs break. Not gonna go into details as I did with the Bleach chapter, but pretty much it's Luffy and Doflamingo. And while that's going down, we have King Riku, who is basically cheering on to his the citizens of Dressrosa to say basically, giving a rundown of what has happened, what Doflamingo has done. 411 on that, and just says run, run, run into the center of the city, the central center, even if your legs break. And that's essentially what everyone does. And Frankie and there was this one part with the Tantanas. Because Zoro says he's gonna go. He meets up with Frankie and says he's gonna go and attack the birdcage, and they say like badass. They call him a badass. I'm like, what the fuck? But that's basically what happened with that. The other major thing that happened in this chapter, which seemingly was never explained in One Piece yet, at least from my knowledge. And I make this face because basically Doflamingo continues to fight with Luffy, and Luffy's let's be honest, Luffy's he's just wrecking shit. Doflamingo shit. Until Doflamingo actually does ups the ante. And he says a few choice words to Luffy, he's a boy or whatever. And he does something called awakening. And basically what this is, it gives you the ability to not only affect your body with your devil fruit, but your surroundings. So literally, Doflamingo's able to turn the buildings of Dressrosa and the ground into threads, into string. So, and that gives him an advantage. He also tells Luffy how his ability of fourth gear is going to catch up on him, and even Law says this. He says he's been using Haki too much. He's been using it a lot in the chapter, and Luffy does this one last move that he does this one scene, which I'll probably use as a thumbnail, where Luffy actually looks like a bullet. I really mean that. His head goes in, and it looks like an actual bullet that's about to be fired, which is kind of interesting, I thought. And he does his last move against Doflamingo. And Doflamingo basically gets hit to the wall, pretty much. And does this deserve a 5 out of 5? I would say close. Yeah. I personally, I kind of was overzealous with the Bleach chapter review, but I'll give them both 4.5s. I don't care. I mean, because I thought, the Bleach chapter really surprised me, and this really surprised me because I didn't know. Because here's the thing: when you think about devil fruit powers, I just want to bring this up. Think of all the different kinds: Logias, Parameciums, Zoans, and I don't. The thing when he said like they affect your surroundings. Now, I'm wondering, does that also apply to everyone else? Because if you go back to the Marineford arc with Aokiji, Kizaru, and Akianu. I mean, not really Akianu. More to the point of, I guess, Aokiji. Did they really affect their surroundings? I just wonder about that because with Doflamingo, it's different because he's a paramecium, and he basically just makes strings out of the buildings in the ground and or threads. I just wonder how would that power when they're affecting the surroundings be like for other users, for Logias and for Zoans? How would that work? You wonder about these things. Because once this, he says awakening. So, like, I'm guessing that means that down the road, Luffy, his hat will be rubber. He could literally turn his surroundings into rubber. So, like, in other words, he'd be able, let's say he gets hit, and he wouldn't crash into a building. He'd bounce off a building. Kind of interesting. But I think that's what basically was stated by Doflamingo, what he meant by that. Now, Luffy gives him a pretty solid motherfucking hit. So I think, give or take a few, this, and he calls it, which was kind of funny, the Leo bazooka. I thought it was kind of interesting. But yeah, in like the previous page, he looks like a bullet on like the bottom half. Like a real bullet, like encased like bullet. And I was just like, wow, that's pretty awesome. Because goes into like a bullet and he charges it Doflamingo. But this chapter was pretty good. I know it's weird to give them both the same ratings, Bleach and One Piece, but I just felt like they were just as good. I give this, fuck, you know what? Fuck it. I'll give it a 5 out of 5. Yeah, it was epic as fuck. And we got some interesting tidbits of what was going on. So, yeah, 5 out of 5. Fuck it. So I'm guessing like next week, the chapter, we're gonna basically get this conclusion of this fight and defeats him. Just also go back to normal. The birdcage will stop moving, and this will get shit going. Yeah. Also, the smiley factor, I believe, was destroyed in this chapter to a certain extent. But yeah, pretty good chapter of One Piece. Awakenings. You awaken your doffy power. That's upper tier shit. This is the new world. So we're awakening it, and like if Luffy could do that, like literally, he could turn anything into rubber. At least I hope he can. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Bonkai Night 22. It was a good One Piece chapter, good Bleach chapter. I read the Naruto chapter. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Yeah. Naruto Plus. That's what I'm calling it now. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Tomorrow night. I'll see if I can do Toy Collector. No offense to Ice Titan. I would like to bring in some other people. I hope I can get Justin or Nostradamus. These motherfuckers in here. Every turn. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.